okay, in front of us.
Perfect. So now that's figured out. Sorry for the delay. We will just share the screen properly with you once more. And thank you everyone, of course, for joining. I know that 2 months ago when we did the initial presentation of XF and Mac, we already had some people of you joining the call, but in general, I would like to do a brief introduction round for everyone, just so we know who's on the call as well. So if you could get started from your side to briefly introduce yourself, that would be fantastic.
Okay, so I will start with myself. My name is Murat Sukenik. I'm working for Stora Enso core team, plant maintenance team. And I'm the main contact with between Stora Enso and Prometheus Group. Next one, let's start, for example, from top. Ola, can you continue?
Yeah, of course. My name is Ola Bengtsson, Stora Enso Kvarnsveden in Sweden. I work as a developer engineer for maintenance and with maintenance processes and so on, and some controlling also. Yeah.
I have to turn on the mic as well before I start speaking. My name is Magnus Hedman. I'm a development engineer at Stora Enso Hyltemill. Have a similar role as Ola, but I'm also some representative in the steering group and the reference group for PM and such inside of Stora Enso as well.
Yeah, and Heikki Meikki as a service manager for plant maintenance.
Thank you. The next one, for example, Teppo.
Hello, my name is Teppo Viitikko and I'm coming from Efora, working as a business information officer.
Thank you. Next one, for example, Ari.
Yes, I'm Ari Peltoniemi from Efora Engineering and Veitsiluoto Mill. A member of reference group, PM reference group inside Stora Enso, and taking care of Efora key user organization and PM, SAP PM trainings and changes and modifications, whatever. Something like that.
Thank you, Joni. Can you speak up now, for example?
Okay. Hello?
Joni.
Is there any...
Okay, let's move on. For example, Kirsi.
Hello, Matti Kirsi from Helsinki, so Stora Enso OYJ and Group IT. I work with plant maintenance team and I have some other systems also to look that is this better than the others.
Sorry, it's Joni here. My microphone was muted. So my name is Joni Eskali. I'm sitting here at Lahti in a corrugated board factory and my position is maintenance manager.
Okay, good, thank you. And the last one from our side is Leo.
Hello, my name is Leo Pussinen and I'm from Efora and I work as a business process owner for maintenance operations, responsible also for the solutions that we use to implement the process.
Perfect. Thank
you very much.
You very much.
From our side, I think.
Fantastic, perfect. Then obviously I would like to introduce myself. I'm Michelle Schumacher. I'm the account manager for Stora Enso, and I will be leading you through this demonstration to show you our solutions. And I'm also the main contact person for any questions from Stora Enso as well. And then I have with me Salim.
Hi everybody, I'm Salim Geshoud. I'm functional consultant here within Prometheus. And today I will manage to demo you all the different solutions that we plan to see today.
Perfect. So So we would like to have this session again very interactive. If you do have any questions, please feel free to speak up, and we are happy to address them right away. Let me just lead you through our agenda. So I will give you a brief introduction. I know most of you are working very closely together with our solutions, so I'm going to keep this brief in order to focus more on the solutions we want to show you today. In total, we want to touch base with 4 different solutions. First of all, the extended functionality, then material availability coordinator, then preventive maintenance manager, and of course, we want to show you also the new PL for our routine maintenance solution on the web. And if in the end you still have any questions, we can of course have some time to answer them as well. So in general, you know that Prometheus Group, we're very much involved with the maintenance sector. We have been on the market for over 20 years now, focusing on routine maintenance to begin with, but also, really increased our portfolio with different solutions in order to really address any sort of need for the maintenance sector. We are partner and certified with SAP, IBM, and Maximo and Oracle, which means that obviously for yourself, in case if you change from a different SAP solution, for instance with S/4HANA, we will always be able to accommodate this, and we are directly integrated with them. What is new in October 2019, so just a few weeks ago, we acquired Engica, who is a UK software solution company who also is focusing on the health and safety side. So that's very interesting for our side to work and improve our health and safety solution, which some of you might already know as well. Then, of course, I would like to show you the Prometheus Group platform. So you can see different of our solutions. Today, we are focusing on the routine maintenance side with the add-ons XF, Mac, and PMM. And, of course, the web version as well. But in total, you can see our different solutions that we offer. All of them are integratable, which means Prometheus Group can now be really the sole vendor for any maintenance processes if that's wanted by a company. Do you have any questions on this?
I think it's clear so far.
Fantastic, perfect. So then I would also like to show you our customers by industry. Of course, you can see yourself as well, the manufacturing sector there, and some more companies that we're working with, as for instance, a new company we're working with is Nestle for the mobile side, but also Kraft Heinz is using the routine maintenance solution as yourself, and of course many more. This is just an abstract to show you the companies we're working with. And then I would like to start with our first solution we want to show you to really make sure we have the time today to go through everything you want to see. So Prometheus Extended Functionality consists of 4 different parts. Very important to you, as we discussed before, simulation mode. So we, of course, will show you this in detail. But it also involves the progress tracking, the S-curve analysis, and the critical path. In general, the solution offers you to create what-if scenarios in the simulation mode that will help you to really play around with the schedule according to different scenarios and according needs without having to save the changes in SAP directly. So you can really use this mode in order to create different scenarios, discuss them with your management, and then only if it's confirmed and approved, then you can save them in SAP. It also helps you to gain visibility of completed and remaining work, so it really is very transparent in this sense. It helps you to manage your key performance indicators. And of course, the critical path is really assisting with the project timeline, so really making sure that any critical operations are accomplished in the time. And it really helps you to avoid exporting data by metric reports, and really you can simply arrange the data from the planning board directly. What we want to do is we will show you the solution first, and then we go to the next solution just to make sure we discuss one solution at a time to really have the attention on the solution itself. So So we'll jump in the demonstration of XF just now.
Okay.
As I mentioned, please let us know if you have any questions anytime, okay?
Okay. Let's go. Now is my turn. Are you seeing our navigator in front of you? Okay. I think you are familiar maybe with that or not?
Yes, we are.
Okay, perfect. This is just my navigator. I set up some buttons for the demo for today. And let's start with the XF part of our demo. I set up some layout to show you the different parts of the XF add-ons, okay, including the plant maintenance after that, the progress bar and simulation mode, okay? Let's launch directly and jump to the scheduler. Just in time to charge all the data that I need for this demonstration today. In front of you, you have the edit list.
Hey, one question. Are we recording this?
Yes, we are, Ari.
In your part, yeah. In your side, yes. Okay?
You can continue.
Perfect. Let's jump directly to the graphical interface, which is our scheduler, with all this list of work orders and operation. Just a brief and quick presentation of that. I think you are familiar with our scheduler. It is divided on 4 quadrants. The first one is the carbon copy of the edit list that you saw just before, with a list of all our work orders and operations. The second quadrant is our Gantt chart, with all this gray bar is representing the work orders, and the blue bars underneath is the operation linked to this work order. The third quadrant is our resources, and the last one and most important one is the capacity quadrant, where you can see if you are under the capacity, maximum of the capacity of your work center, or over the capacity of your work center. As you can notice there, I have 2 issues on Monday and Tuesday, okay? Now, you can manage to change your scheduler manually and directly. If I move any work orders from here, he will change it directly in real time on ACP. Okay? If I do that, he will change the date of my work order in real time in ACP, okay? But now, if I want to try different scenario without really changing all this data on ACP in real time, I want just to simulate that, and after that maybe save different simulation and compare them, and maybe on the next meeting this afternoon or tomorrow, I can show for all my colleagues different simulation that I made to select one of them. Okay. For that, I need to activate the simulation mode. Okay. This is the first part of the add-on, XF add-on. If I activate the simulation mode, you can see on the header bar here we have the word simulation. That means everything now that I will manage to change on our scheduler will be saved just on Prometheus. It will not update SAP. That means I can change anything I want. Let's go to start with the first one. If I do that, I will move this work orders to Wednesday. You can notice that he keeps showing you the actual representation or actual scheduling, real scheduling of your work order on operation with this shadowing bars. And this is the simulation that I just made, okay? Now, if I want to save that and maybe try another simulation, another solution, I can just save, hit this button, Store Simulation, named it, simulation mode, just for today, we are November 19. Just to find it, test simulation demo 1, save it, okay? This is my first simulation for today. Now, I want to try another one. Okay, I changed this one and I want to change another one to move another work orders from Monday to Thursday. It's not enough. I can change that. I can even use the mass change date if I want. That means if now in simulation mode I want to move more than one work order, I have just to select them like that. Sorry, I didn't put which control. Okay. I select these two work orders and now I can use the mass change date, and I will move them using the delta on day, 1 day or 2 days. Let's go to move them 1 day. Okay. Easy way to use all that. Or now I will save that as a second simulation mode, simulation 2. Save that. This is, do you wish to overview? No. Yeah, I have to change that. 2. Okay. And other thing or other solution is now, because I am on the simulation mode, I can use either, just bring them back to the initial situation. Now I can use either the auto leveling solution. The auto leveling solution, what does it do? Is just, it will take all your list of work orders and show you the best scheduling that he can find. You can even indicate the states if you want to update them, and if you want to use the auto leveling on the daily or hourly scheduling. And also you can indicate the capacity, the percentage of the capacity that you want to use. If you want to limit that, just don't want to use the 100% of capacity but just 80% of capacity, you can just indicate it there. Okay, but we will use 100% from 8 to what date today? 3rd. Okay, 3rd of December, 8 to 11, just to finish. 30. Okay, I want to keep it on this week just to display it correctly. And now hit this button. The system will show you the simulation between the new dates and the previous dates. If I agree with that, I had just hit this button and you can see his schedule, all that, showing me that now, as you can see, he's scheduled to remove, he managed to remove all the issue that I have on my capacity quadrant, and you can see what he did and what he moved to solve this situation. Okay? Automatically. And he, of course, the auto leveling is focusing on your list of work orders and starting to move the work orders based on the priority or other kind of information. It's up to you how you sort your list. Okay, in my case, I sort my list by priority. That means you will start to manage to see from the first work order to the second one, third one, and manage to find for them the best scheduling time. Okay, scheduling slots. Okay, is there any question about this first part?
For me, it looks clear. Maybe someone else.
No questions so far.
No question. Perfect.
No,
good.
Looks good. Yeah.
That's good. Nice. Good to hear that. Perfect. As you remember, I saved now three simulations. Now, if I want, maybe I don't want to save them or apply them. I can
sorry, I was a bit late for the question. One thing is that when you are using the auto leveling, is it possible that if you have fixed some work order to be done in a certain date, that it doesn't actually touch that one on the auto leveling? Is it somehow possible to fix some of the work orders that it actually cannot change?
Yes, you can do that using constraints. That means you can add some constraint to your operations or the operations linked to the That means if I will remove that. Just come back to that. I will use an example. Change mode. He will ask me if I want to save. If I hit save, he will apply this last simulation. If I don't want to apply this simulation, I just hit continue and he will come back to the initial state. Okay? Now, just to respond to your question, I will come back to simulation mode. Yes, to simulation mode, and now I will just create a constraint for this one. As you can see on our scheduler, it's easy to create a constraint on scheduler. Yeah, simulation mode doesn't work with the constraint. I have to create it before, sorry. Yeah, now, go, yes. As you can see now, it's indicated on yellow. I have created the constraint. Are you familiar with constraint or restriction on SAP?
I think we are, yes.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. That's the way that you have on SAP to block your work orders and say in the system, okay, this one cannot be rescheduled, or if you move other work orders in the same time, this one should stay in the same date, okay? Or this operation should stay in the same date, okay? Now, when I create my constraint for this one or maybe another one if I want, you can now activate the simulation mode. And the auto leveling, you can execute the auto leveling without simulation mode if you want. But that means you will save, he will automatically update everything in real time in SAP if you use it. You have to be careful with the auto leveling. It's why it's better to activate the simulation mode before you use the auto leveling options. Now I will use the auto leveling option 100%, limit that to this week, just this week, and let's go do that. And you can see here he moved them all of them, but not this one. Cannot move start finish constraint. You see? I think, yeah? Okay?
Yes.
Yes. And now if I hit that, you can see he moved all of them, but not this one, but all of them, because before he moved this one, but not now. Okay? Is that responding to your question?
Yes, yes, thank you.
Perfect. Good. Oops. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Come back to our simulation or our scheduler. Good. Now maybe now I'm in the meeting with my colleagues and I want to show them the different simulation mode that I made just before to validate one of them with them. I have just to hit this button and you can see, as we named it on our solution Prometheus group, I can select 3 baselines. Okay, 3 baselines. I have just to select them on my list. Can filter on them. No changes today. This is my simulations. The first one is this one. The second one, I can select maximum of 3 simulations to show them to my colleagues. Quick. Second one, we just choose 2. Let's go there, and you can see he will display to you the different simulation using different colors. Okay, the gray, the blue, and the normal color is the actual simulations. Okay, and with that you can discuss with your colleagues which one is better, how you can manage this work orders, the others, and which one you want to keep. If you want to keep the simulation 1 or simulation 2 or 3 or the third one. Okay. Is it something can help you on your daily scheduling? Is it this functionality can help you, or or maybe you're expecting other thing, or more or less.
Yeah, I think that this is something that could be used, for example, to shutdown planning.
Good, perfect. And now if you are interested by the critical path, I just didn't activate it by default, but if I want to see the critical path on my simulation, I can just hit this checkbox, activated it, and the critical path will show by this red color. Okay? This critical path means when you make your simulation mode, the system will not move this one, because for the system is the work order who has the critical path, who should not be moved or drag it to another day. You have to keep it at this date, at this accurate scheduling. Okay? This is the critical path. Perfect. Now, second one is the progress tracking. Okay, just go out from there. Always, I don't know why. But just to refresh my selection without the simulation mode, the progress tracker, as you can see, for the progress tracker, yes, it's what I want to show you. On the progress tracker, I already created some layouts with the progress bar to show you that on my display settings or on my layout. It's why now when I hit the execution of the selection screen for the scheduler on my first list edit, I can notice these two columns, percentage complete and manual complete. Okay? Manual percentage complete is the one that you used to do on SAP. When you make your confirmation, here he will show you the confirmation of your operation. If I double click on this operation, you can see on the confirmation on ACP, on this one, there's no confirmation on that one. Sorry, I'm confused between the two. Yeah, no, the percentage complete, this is manual. Manual, that means is the one that you can do directly through this list, and the manual complete is the Prometheus field. Sorry, this one is the Prometheus field. That means if I put that I make confirmation of 50%, he will not change the confirmation on your operation on SAP. It's when I try to open the confirmation, there is no confirmation of this operation because I made it manually on Prometheus. Okay? This is the case when you have maybe the supervisor with the technician. The technician, he came to the supervisor telling him, okay, I make 50% of my job today and I will finish this afternoon. The supervisor, what we have to do, he just go into this manual percentage and he put his this information, put in 50%, and after that, in the end of the day or in the end of the week, he can compare between what the technician make as a confirmation on real time in ACP or using our scheduler, and what he tell him just before. And he can see in the end of the day that the technician tell him that I make 50% confirmation or 50% of my job, but he noticed that the technician didn't really confirm on the system. Okay, it's a real good tool to have like a track of this confirmation. Okay, the first level of that. And here for this one, for the percentage complete, this is the representation of the confirmation on SAP. Okay, that means if I go there, you can notice on my confirmation for this one. Oh, this is the second one. Yes, I confirm. I remain just 1.4 hours on remain. There is no complete confirmation, and it's what I have, 60% of confirmation. Okay? This is calculated directly through this confirmation. No. Is it clear, this part?
So does it actually, so did I get it right that if we have planned an work operation that will take 3 hours to complete, and if there is done, for example, 2 hours has been reported for that, then it's 2/3 completed.
Yes, exactly. He will show you here the percentage, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. But what if the case is actually that the operation is fully done in 2 hours, so that they report just the 2 hours, and for example, if the technician use the operation confirmation or something like that to mark that operation that it's completed already, does it somehow utilize that information?
Yeah, you will have just 100% if he makes full completion, yeah?
Yeah, even though that the planned hours are not fulfilled, so that the technicians are able to do that work in 2 hours instead of the 3.
Ah, okay. I didn't really try that in that way. He did too, and he make a full confirmation. Final confirmation.
We are planning to somehow utilize just not the hours reported, but I don't know what's the term in SAP in actual. Is it the operation
final
confirmation?
it's called.
Yeah.
It's a hashtag we have on when you do the confirmation. If you hash it, then you get the status, the system status confirmed on the operation, and then the order is partially confirmed if you use that. If you have multiple operations.
Yeah, of course. But it's the same here. If you want to display this information, here you will have the percentage of confirmation or the hour that you put as a confirmation. He will just calculate the percentage comparing between the actual work and the remaining work if there's any remaining work. And after that, if you want to display the user status or the system status when you make a final confirmation, you can display it on this list. Okay? And you can have this information on this table.
One question about it as well. If you do it, if you have 3 hours on the operation and you actually do 5 hours, does it says 166% then, or what does it do?
We will try that right now together, and we will see the results.
Yeah.
And we try with one that I didn't confirm yet. Let's do it for the operation 40. Oh, sorry. It's better to do it from the scheduler rather than doing it from ACP. Let's jump to the planning board. I will show you the other option. Here, the progress tracker. I will come back to this bar, okay? Just show you that this is the operation that I want to confirm, okay? You see the progress bar because on my display setting I decided to show the manual percentage complete, but I will show you just after how you can manage to display one or the other one, okay? Okay, let's go to confirm this one. From our scheduler we have this option, rather than using the transaction to make the confirmation as IW41 or the collective one, you have just to make a right click. You don't need to remember the transaction code and make individual confirmation. And he will open for you the transaction IW41. Okay, from here, my scheduling is planned to be done on 2 hours. And you said for your example, I did 3 hours, yeah?
Yeah,
rather than
try
2
that
hours.
one, yes.
3 hours. And now...
And hash, okay, yeah.
Sorry, you want to make more?
No, do that.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Perfect. As you can see, he just calculates and he show you 100% on the scheduling time. And after that, on the right side, you can display the information, how many hours you make. But if you want to compare between what you planned before and the time confirmation, that will be displayed on our S-curve solution that I will show you just after that. And they will show you how you can compare between what you have planned before and how many hours you have confirmed after with the graphical interface.
Can we try on the next one and do just 1 hour on the operation 50 and just put in 1 hour and hash the final confirmed button on that one?
Okay. You will destroy my demo data. But it's okay. But it's okay. We will do
Sorry
it.
about that, but
No. It's,
I think just
let's go. Let's do it. Okay. Here you said how much you want to put. 1 hour.
Yes.
Rather than 6 hours. Okay.
Yes, and final confirmed, and then save. Let's see what happens. Oh, look. So it actually works at this as we hoped for.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly that. But what you expecting? What you are expecting to see?
Yeah, we are expecting to see that it's 100% when you do the all hour or you press a hash final confirmed.
Yeah, of course. Because he based on that. Yeah, and after that, if you add your system status, he will display for you this information when you make a final confirmation for everything. Okay?
But I'm a bit, but it doesn't show you actually if the work takes 7 hours or 8 hours and you still aren't finished yet. So it should actually have not be 100%. It should. Anyway, it's an internal discussion, I think.
What do you mean on that one?
I mean, if the planner has done a really wrong planning, then the work should maybe not be done with 10 hours when he planned for 5 hours, but it's still not finished. But the employee has done 10 hours because he did some mistakes during his planning for the hours.
Yes.
And then this job is still not done, then we can't use that 100% as a marker for final confirmed for the work order. We need to have the system status instead. So we can't rely on it totally. So that's more on my side.
Yeah.
How to get information that it's now in some work is spent more hours than planned, but how you figure out it from all your works that we have some troublemaker now?
Yeah. For me, the best way is to use this edit list to display more information than just the complete percentage complete and the manual percentage complete. You can use your layout to add more fields on this table to compare between the final confirmation time and all the work time that you have. To be honest, I never displayed it. I have to find it on this list, but I don't want to spend much time to find the right field here. Confirmation. Yeah, but just to work percentage, to add those two. Okay, I will just try with those two that I found, but I think the best way is to didn't add them. The best way is to just add, as I said, the different information on this list to show them and compare the data that you save on your system. But unfortunately, we don't have enough time to be honest. I will try to find that after that on this list to find the right field. But you have to know that all the fields that you have on ACP, you can find them on this list and display them on your scheduler, and you can have this comparison between what you planned before and what has been saved on your confirmation. But as I said before, I will show you on the S-curve how you can have like a graphic or chart will show you the comparison between what he planned before and what the actual work confirmed. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. Last thing before we move to the other solution, the S-curve, is just to show you with our display setting. Here you can see, even if I have 100% confirmation here, you can see this red bar, which is our progress bar, is just a representation of 50%, representation of malware percentage complete. This is because on my edit display setting, I have this choice to hide the progress bar, percentage complete, or manual percent complete. If I put now percent complete, it will show me the progress bar differently. You see, now he is representing this column, the percent complete. Okay, it's up to you which one you want to display on your graphical Gantt chart. Okay? Is there any question before we move on to the S-curve functionality? No? Good. Let's go, now let's jump to the S-curve, okay? Just for the S-curve solution, I will just load more information to have more data and more confirmation. On the past, I will start to compare that just because I don't have enough data on my last scheduling. I will start from August to December. Load it. Now go to there and launch the S-curve. S-curve is the solution who provides you the comparison between all your data sorry, and the best way to have some KPIs. Okay? As you can see here, I have some KPIs adapted to the profile that I have already set up on my system. You have some graphical here. And if we focus on your needs, for example, between the planned work and the actual work, that gives you the comparison between the confirmation and what you have done here on your system. Okay? The actual work and the planned work. Okay? The green one is your actual work, and the yellow or orange one is the planned work. And you have all the different work orders displayed here. Okay? And the one that I think is the best for you is the total planned work, especially for your shutdown turnaround, to compare if you are on the good way or not. As you can see on my scheduling part, I am not really up to date. I didn't really make a lot of confirmation on this last times. This last 2 months, I was not really efficient. Okay? This is the S-curve. And of course you have like hundreds of KPIs. They are already set up on our system. It's just on my profile I selected these 50 KPIs to display them because it depends on your needs. You can select or configure different profile for different needs. Okay. Is there any question about this S-curve?
It looks good.
Good. Perfect. Let's move on because we don't have enough time to show you PMM and Mac. Yeah.
Okay, everyone. So this was the XF functionality. So I hope you got a good insight in the different 4 parts of it: the simulation mode, the progress tracking, the S-curve analysis, and the critical path. I will briefly lead you through the advantages of Mac before my colleague Salim will show you it in the system as well. So Mac What is it really for? It is there to improve the communication between the different departments, or for instance, your procurement side, the warehouse, and of course the schedulers, all in general to make your inventory management as lean as possible. And we do this by highlighting it with different colors for the different departments, and also with traffic light indication, as you can see on the picture on the left-hand side, to really show you the status of the material. In general, it gives you a better visibility and a better insight in your material statuses, and also, of course, the availability to make sure that your maintenance department can plan accordingly.
Okay, so let's jump to the demo. This is the same scheduler, and as Michelle mentioned just before, this is our MAC indicator. You can see quickly on your list of work orders using the traffic lights if your material is available with this green color, or maybe there's an issue, or maybe with the red color here you can have other issues. If I want to see more detail about that, I have just to double click on it, and I can see that I need for my operation three equipment, 3 materials, and I have the status of each one of them here indicating with this traffic light and the problem linked to this material. For the first one, as you can see, the material is not available with withdraw, and the other one is just a warning telling you that the material is available but not withdraw. Okay? The different colors that you can see on the screen is just to identify the order level in green. The blue color is to identify the information linked to the material, and the orange color is linked to your purchase requisition. Okay? And you have all the information that you need. If you need to add more information, again, on your layout, you can change your layout and add all this information that you have on this list. Okay, it's up to you which information is important or relevant, more relevant for you. Okay, the other one is this note field. The note field is our Prometheus field. You can just hit edit, and you can add more information if you want. Of course, this information will be saved on our Prometheus solution. There is no note on ACP linked field. Okay? Is there any question about Mac?
This seems pretty clear.
Perfect. Good. Good to know that. And other thing, if you want to manage rather than clicking one by one material, you can just select all of them and execute your material check.
How about those lines there is no Mac?
Sorry?
You have several lines. Most of the lines are without these Mac colors.
It's just because I didn't add any material for this operation.
Oh, so you get a signal there as well if you have the materials on the operation as well.
Yeah. All this cells, when I don't have any light, that means there is no material linked to this operation. Mm-hmm. Okay? Good. Perfect. This is the total material availability check. In this list, when I hit this button, it will show me just the operations that have materials and all their status. Okay? On one list, you can check everything. This is the last part of Mac. Is there any question before we jump to PMM? Is it okay?
No.
Okay. Is it something can help you on your needs and answer or maybe the different problems that you are issuing daily on your scheduling? Is it a solution who can help you to check easily the availability of your material?
I think so.
Okay.
Need to test it in a proper way, of course, on the mill's information as well, of course.
Of course, yes. I think the best part to see that, if you have access to our customer portal, is I think the best way to understand all that is go to our material, to our customer portal. I think you have access to that because you are already a client. And if you go to Mac parts on where's Mac? Sorry. Material availability. You have this on this customer portal all the information that you need. Especially they describe any colors here between the green, when he will be green, when he will be red, and you have a lot of information in different scenarios. We don't have enough time to go deep in detail on all this scenario, but you have all the information that you need, especially here on the traffic scenario. Green light, when he's turned green, which scenario turn it on yellow, and which scenario turn it on red. Okay. And you can, yes.
Ari here, I had some troubles again, but this Mac, doesn't it look handy? What do you think? If you just have those, if you just have the, if I'm talking to students or people now, if we are just using these material reservations and so wouldn't this help us quite a lot? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you're planning in advance and you buy the materials and you can see them are green before you hash the ready for scheduling part. You should not only do that when the material is at home. Then you don't need to go and check if it's arriving and stuff.
Yeah.
I think if the processes are properly set, then I think it would be very handy.
Yeah, especially because sometimes when you don't, you have a purchase requisition, you also have the delivery date, and our traffic colors is depending on this delivery date as well. Okay.
A stupid question. When you have these maintenance plans and there is some work is using like oil every week, is it also calculating that this oil is will be taken probably weekly?
I don't understand.
I mean that the next work will be next week, and the same work actually will be after 2 weeks and after 3 weeks and so on. Will this keep track that this oil consumption will be actually quite high and evaluate a little bit that it will go down?
I would say it depends on if you have it in the inventory and you have it's in the stock, so to say, and you extract 1 liter, 2 liters every week, and then you have then I should say yes.
Yeah, it depends on the type of quantity that you put on your stock. If you are using the liters rather than using piece, yes, you can track that easily, yeah.
Oh, okay, so recurring works are calculated to future.
Yeah. Okay?
Yep.
Good, perfect. Let's move on to the maintenance plan PMM.
The answer to your question is yes, because if it's reservation, then it's calculated.
Yeah. And you have, as I said, a lot of details or a lot of different scenarios on our customer portal if you are interested by that. Okay? Go now to the maintenance plan scheduler, preventive maintenance plan. Okay? Oh yes, sorry, the part of Michelle.
Very important, of course. So now we have shown you Mac. Now we're moving to showing you the preventive maintenance manager that we have. So it's very much to help you save time, obviously maximize your resources and reduce downtime. It is also helping you to synchronize and standardize your processes across the plants and give you a longer visibility for up to a 12-month look ahead. In general, it's supposed to help you keep your backlog clean and really, projecting your capacities without creating the work order for you. It is supposedly to help you to align your maintenance processes. So my colleague Salim will show you this in the demonstration a bit more in proper detail. And you can, of course, also perform mass changes in the PMM module as well.
Yes. Let's go. Oh, where's my screen? Yes. Good. Now with this, with this selection screen, now I have selected maintenance plan to show you now the forecast of all your uncalled work orders. Okay. In this list, you can see that I have this column where I have some called work orders, and I have all the maintenance plan as well. Okay. And the best way to show you that is jumping to the planning board, where you can see visually the difference between the previous scheduling plan that I showed you just before, because now we don't have a blue color for my work orders because I didn't have yet called these work orders. For now they are still on their maintenance plan shape, okay? And for all the work orders or called work orders, you have different colors here, okay? And especially on the Gantt chart, you can easily distinguish between the orders that are called. This is the normal work orders, and this is the forecast work orders, where you have your maintenance plan on the left side, okay? All the forecast maintenance plans are displayed using this shadowing bar, the gray shadowing bar for the work orders and the yellow one for the operations underneath this work orders. Okay? And on the list you can easily notice this red color indicating your maintenance plans. Okay? Forecast. If I want to drill in or scroll to the node, I just hit that and I can see them on the future. Okay. If now it's not really visible on 1 week, I think you know this option on your display settings. You can just change that to the monthly view, and it makes it more easier to display all your work orders. And this red diamond represents the call dates, okay, for your work orders. That means this work order or this maintenance plan at this moment, it will be called on the 2nd or the 1st of January. 1st of January, this work order will be generated or will be called. Okay, and he of course will change the color on your schedule. Is it clear for the maintenance plan? Mm-hmm. This is the first part of the preventive maintenance plan. Okay, the preventive maintenance plan included the maintenance plan scheduler. This is the maintenance plan scheduler, and after that I will show you the maintenance plan manager and the task list manager. Okay? What do you think about the maintenance plan scheduler? Is it clear for you, especially for the view of your forecast maintenance plan?
I think yes, this is not the first time some of us are seeing this, so we are familiar with this, but maybe not everybody, but yes.
Oh, nice. Good, good. Mm-hmm. Good, perfect. That means we can jump to the maintenance plan manager, who will allow you to manage all your maintenance plan easily. If I select some of them, maybe not all. Oh, sorry. Yes. Let's jump to the maintenance plan. Is a part of the preventive maintenance manager. Here you can just, yes, the other thing. From here, if I want to make some actions on my maintenance plan, the non-called work orders, I have just to make a right click, and I can maybe skip a call, restart the plan, or maybe manually call your plan from here. Okay, we make or we design this right option to make it more easy for you rather than using the specific transaction code through ACP. You can do it directly from your scheduler. Okay, to skip, fix a call, release a call, or manually call your plan. Okay, and now I will show you, of course, you can manage the maintenance plan manager from one work order, but just for the make it more interesting and more relevant, and I will launch the maintenance plan manager for more than one work order. Okay? Sorry. Plan manager. Oh. Good. Looking for the button. Here's because I have selected 5 maintenance plan, he will show me this interface, which is my maintenance plan manager, who allows the scheduler, the planner, to make some modifications on the maintenance plan using our first option, which is the edit mode. If I hit this button, I can modify all the information who are highlighted in front of you on the screen. Directly, if I modify the description of my maintenance plan, he will update it on real time on SAP. Okay? All that, this is the edit mode. That means you can modify the information of the data one by one, maybe change the horizon, color horizon, the unit of your scheduling period, and all this information. All that is completely configurable, and we can manage to add more field if you want. Okay? The other thing, or the other option, rather than modifying one by one the data, you can make a mass change for your maintenance plan. When I hit this button, he allows me to change all this information on the maintenance plan order or on the maintenance item as well. Okay? If I want to link some work orders to the same or add another or link them to a specific item, I can change it en masse from this mass change options. Okay? Is there any question about that?
How to put them a little further away, forward, if you want.
From here, you have just to select them. It's just because I don't have enough from here. If I want to do it for all my forecasts that I have on this list, I can do it from here and launch again my open. This is the case, okay? And now I have more than just 5. I have selected them all. I have selected all my maintenance plan on my maintenance plan manager. If it's not enough for you, that means your date range on your first selection screen is not enough larger. That in this case you have to come back to your selection screen and make a bigger or put a bigger date range, because now I am just displaying on my maintenance plan. The other thing is I don't have, I think, the same number of data on my scheduler because it's just for the demo, but in real time in your system you will have like 100 of maintenance plans depending on the length of your date range.
Do you have the delta function here as well as we have in the normal scheduler? Delta change, so you move it in front of you 1 week, 7 days or so.
Okay.
Move it like that.
Yeah,
I think that's what you're looking for, Ola.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I don't understand that. Okay, the data, yes, you have it here. Rather than using the mass change, you can use it from here.
Okay.
If you want.
Yeah, you have the same function as you have in the normal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
on your scheduler, you can use all the information. You can select your work orders from here and just always control, yeah, control, and use the delta mass change, okay? And after that, you can move them if you want, okay?
Okay.
Perfect, good. Just come back to there to select them.
But then you just open the cold ones. You don't change the call dates, or is it both?
Yeah, it's just to move them. Yeah, rather than using the manual drag and drop like that, you can use the mass change date. Planner predecessor still on hold. Yeah, okay. I can move it because the predecessor is still on hold. The other one you can check in same time that you have a lot of control, because this one is still in hold, is not called. I cannot move the next one. That's the only reason, okay? You have another control made by our system as well.
Okay.
Good. Perfect. Let's come back to the maintenance plan manager. This is, I showed you the edit mode, mass change, and the other thing is you can select to copy maintenance item. Regarding this maintenance plan, you can use a specific maintenance plan to copy it to create a new maintenance plan and new item, or create a new item and add it to an existing plan. Okay, this is a really good tool on the maintenance plan manager, who allows you to create a new maintenance plan, new items quickly, rather than using 2 or 3 transaction codes and maybe be confused between the different items that you have linked to your maintenance plan. On this interface, on the same interface, you can manage them all from here. Create a new maintenance plan, and also you can create a number. You can decide how many duplication of this maintenance plan or maintenance item you want to create using this selected maintenance plan as like a template. Okay? Good.
Can you please open up this mass change on this display?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Show what we have here. So maintenance.
Yes, you have the information on the maintenance plan level, where you can change in mass all your tolerance, shift, and all this information, and also in the maintenance item. Okay?
Yes, okay, thanks.
Good, perfect. Now jump to the third solution, which is the task list manager. Using this list of maintenance plan, of course I can open just the task list of one maintenance plan, but it's better to show you that for all of them. Hit this button.
From the copying part, if you copy, did it also take the task list as well for the items?
Yes, if there is a task list, yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, good. Please continue.
Yeah, and you will copy everything from the maintenance plan for another one using the items as well. It is why here you have different options to create a new plan and the new items, okay, including task list, and create a new items and add it to an existing plan. Okay, good. And now if you want to manage all your task list, link it to this work orders, you can use the third part of this PMM solution, which is the task list manager. From here, you have all your task lists on the same screen. You can manage to see all the information that I have, and you have the same options, meaning you have the edit mode. When you click on it, you highlight all the information you can modify on your task list, including the operation work center, the descriptions, the duration of each operation, and also you can make a mass change. A mass change also helps you to modify a lot of information on the header level or your task list, and also on the operation level. Okay? You can assign the same work center, for example, for all your operations on all your tasks that you have already selected before. Okay? This is the mass changer edit mode, and again, and I think it's just logical that you can use your task list or specific task list from here to create a work order. I mean, if I select this task list and hit create work order, he will display for me this creation screen of work order, where you can have just to fill some information like the order type, priority, and other information if you want, and just hit continue, and you will create, using this task list, your work orders. Okay? Of course, when you use your task list, he will use all the information linked to this task list, all the operations, the duration, and other information. Is there any question?
Must say that this is a heavy tool for maintenance planning. Yeah.
Heavy. What do you mean by heavy? That means you have all the information that you need, or is complicated?
Yes, exactly that. You can do so many things. That is the reason for my comment. Looks very good.
Okay, very good. Okay, that means a positive heavy.
Yes,
heavy
exactly.
aspect. Okay, good, perfect, good. It's really nice to hear that. Okay, I think we covered everything. I will come back to the presentation.
Yes, so last but not least, we want to show you a little bit about our routine maintenance web version. Just give you a feeling of how we, improved the solution. So in general, we would say it is more user-friendly. It has increased collaboration, of course, more flexibility. It is also easier for any software updates, mainly it is web-based, which is of course, letting you log into the solution also with a URL from anywhere. And it can also be integrated with the Prometheus platform. As I showed you in the beginning of the demonstrations, with all our solutions, it can be directly integrated with other solutions as well. So Salim will take the last 50 minutes to show you the solution, and of course, feel free to ask any more questions regarding it.
Yes. Okay. Good. Let's move on now to the Web ERP. As you maybe you are aware that even SAP is moving to the web standard solution for his solution ERP SAP, and for that we are trying to move on in the same way all our solution to the web. Okay, and one of this achievements is our web ERP. As you can see here, we have exactly the same thing that you can find on your navigator on the GUI version. I have my navigator similar to what I showed you just before. This navigator is more user-friendly, more clear with the big buttons. We can manage to add more icons. You can manage to modify all this interface using the edit mode, and you can move the different boxes from the right to the left, move your buttons easily like that, just using drag and drop. You have more functionality that you cannot do easily on SAP. We can, because one of the reasons that we are moving to the web is to avoid or have more flexibility to answer correctly or answer positively to all the requests from our client. Because sometimes the client, they ask us to, if it's possible to do or develop some functionality, but we are limited on the GUI version by SAP and the ability from SAP to develop or add some functionality. But using the web, we are completely free to develop or adapt the system to the need or the requirement of our clients. Okay? From here, the navigator, I will not spend much time on that, but if you want a proper demo on the web version, going deep in detail about how you can create button, how you can manage all this navigator, we can spend much time after that if you are interested by that. But I will focus just on the scheduling part. Going there. Now we want to save. Hit execute. This is the same selection screen that you can see on a GUI version, but because we are in web, we make it more user-friendly because we don't need to display all the fields that you can have on the using transaction IW37N or using our scheduler on the GUI version. Here you have the ability to manage which field you want to use to filter all the information you want to display on your scheduler. As you can see, I have selected on my for my needs just the planner group, the plant, and the scheduling date range. Okay, I don't need more data. And after that, if I need to add more information, maybe the work center, I have just to start to write on this list. I can filter this list and hit just or click on this work center field, and he will add it in the end of my list. Okay, and again here I have choice to start the planning board or the edit or the list edit. Starting to the list with the list edit. Even on the list edit we have more and more options. One of them that I really like is this first level of KPIs, if I can say that. You have this total of operation that you have scheduled at this date range. I have the result of 47 operations, and if I want to know exactly how is this operation is divided, maybe by operation or by orders, I can drag and group all this list by orders, for example, and I have for each work orders how many operations I have. And if I want to go more deep in detail and have a little bit complex division of these operations, I want to know by orders and by priority how many operations I have just to drag and drop the priority on the top, and I can group my orders, work orders by orders and by priority. And if I want to swap that, I have just to reverse priority and work orders, and you can see for the priority 6 I have 15 work orders or 15 operations, and I have the detail by work orders. Do you have any question about this first part, the list edit?
It looks like Excel, more or less.
Exactly, yes. We are trying to take all the good functionality from the GUI version, and also we are trying, or we did it, we implement all the functionality that you can find on MS Project or Excel, and also the filter. Here the filter, if I want to filter on the mechanical work center, is more dynamic because you don't have that on Excel. I don't need to write the whole word. Just when I start to write the word mechanical, he will filter the list dynamically. Even of the same on the work orders. If I start to write the number of my work orders, he will start to filter. You see that? This is the dynamic filter. And also you have the same option than you can find on Excel with different kind of filters. Contain, equal, and others. Okay? Do you have any question about that before we move into the scheduler?
Just a question. How's the connectivity to S4 in this?
Is completely on real time. Again, we are trying to keep all this information linked on real time with your SAP system. That means if I on this maybe this example, okay? Or yes.
Yeah, but I mean more or less we are running R3 today, but if we are thinking of moving to S4 HANA, later on. Is this web version compatible for S/4HANA?
Yeah, you have to know that, I think you know it already, know it, that we are ACP certified and we are ACP partner. That means we are compatible, or our solution are compatible with all different versions of ACP. And if ACP tomorrow he will give you a new version of ACP, we will be compatible on real time with all the different versions.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Just about the technology behind this. Is this what is the technology? Is this a Fiori application or is this some other?
No, it's our Prometheus development, own development.
Okay,
it's
so
not based on Fiori or all. Yeah, it's completely our development.
But what kind of is it Silverlight or is it Java or what's behind? I mean,
is a JavaScript. So we can send you more technical detail if you want. We have
because it's like we have big
Yeah.
troubles with different Java versions today, so we need to take that.
What do you mean, Java or JavaScript? We don't use Java for the interface. We use Java after that, I think, on the network communication, if I remember. But on the development of this interface, we are using JavaScript, CSS, and HTML.
But if you have such information, you can send it to Muimi and he can have a check.
Of course.
So it's
of course. Yeah, we will send you all that. Okay, good. Okay, let's jump now to the planning board. Oh, sorry, I have selected just one. Planning board, let's go. This is the planning board. As you can notice, it looks like the scheduler on the GUI version, but you have more information, or it's more user friendly on my part. I prefer the web version because it's more clear and you have more information, and even for the use of the relationship to link two different operations between them, you have this plus to create a relationship easily through the scheduler here. Okay. And even you have also all the different information. If I want to create a relationship between all the operations, I have just to double click on the work orders and he will create in real time all the operations. Yes, all the relationship between operations. And again, all that is real time updated on your scheduler. Okay. And also, if I want to drag and drop, you can do it. If I take just the right work orders to show you how it's changed the operations with my work orders. I'm looking for the work orders correctly to move it. Yes, this one. Let's go. If I move this one, you can notice he will change the capacity in real time, and again he changed that on ACP as well. Okay, drag and drop. You have the mass change. Also, you have also the mass change functionality. If you want to select this, you can use the mass change as you use it on the GUI version. You can modify all the information on the order level or operation level. Okay. And again, you have the date mass change to move your work orders using a delta by day or hours. Okay, and you have other options like work package manager if you want to display your documents, all the documents linked to your work orders. You have it just on the right click. You don't need to drag and drill into the work orders. Just right click on your work orders and you can display all the documents that you have on your work orders. You can preview one by one of them. Wait, open it. Here. This is the technical drawer that I have opened. And now if I want to generate PDF for all this document, I have just to hit the PDF, and he will use the same PDF, Prometheus to PDF, to generate the PDF on all the documents on the same and unique PDF, or with all your shop papers and technical drawings. Okay, and we have also all the different options that you used to have on the GUI version, including the material shopping cart and the material shopping cart, order to task list, and order to BOM, order to task list, and material shopping cart. With the better, for me, it's really better interface. You have a really better interface, especially for the material shopping cart, which is more clear, more visual, and more user friendly. Okay. Do you have any question about this web version? Without going deep in detail, we have also the shift updater and how you can manage your labels through there to add maybe the absence. We can show you all this detail in another time if you are interested by that.
Also rare languages are available. Swedish, Finnish, Russian. I mean user interface.
So sorry, is it a question?
The user interface languages. There is no limitation in that.
You mean the language that you can put on your system?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you have here, you have all this list.
You just asked for Russian as well, is that right?
Yeah, so some of our factories are missing.
Yes, of course.
It's okay.
That is definitely something we can add as well. These are the ones that we are currently working with just now in the system, but of course we can add any language and we'll have this accommodated for you.
We have also see that we're missing Finnish.
Yes.
That would be the most important as well. No, of course, that is definitely something that we can add.
Estonian, Latvian, Lithuanian, Russian.
Absolutely, that is no problem.
Sure.
Yeah. But it's also dependent if they will start using it as well. So if it's actual, I guess.
Exactly. At the moment, the languages that we listed there are the main languages we're currently working with. But of course, if you would decide that the web version would be a solution you want to go with going forward, of course, we will be accommodating all the languages you will need.
Just a question there. In the web version, are you actually looking into the SAP language table and fetch those ones that actually are there, or is it a totally standalone solution?
It's standalone. If you mean the translation of the interface, language interface, yes, it's standalone.
Okay.
For this web version, yeah. We have to make our own translation for this web version.
Okay.
And after that, of course, if we make the translation, adapting it to the Russian, for example, and you make by default on your SAP system that you are using Russian, our web version will use this configuration also. By default, he will adapt the interface to your default language on your SAP regarding your account, user account.
Okay.
Any further questions from your side?
From my point of view, this is okay. It was really cool.
I have no questions.
Russian thing that they want to write their description in Cyrillic, so I can all the time switch with Cyrillic and Latin keyboard. Sure. Yeah.
What do you mean, the keyboard? The keyboard is linked to your computer. If after that is your OS will manage your keyboard in different languages. There is no issue for that. If you are able to manage to use the Russian keyboard on your email box, you can use it for our solution as well.
Okay, so our Russian people and our Chinese people can switch all the time between different keyboards, because some things are in Western keyboard and some things are in the national language.
Yes, Kirsi, this is.
I am the best example for that, because I am French. I think you noticed my accent, and you can see on my settings on my computer, I am using a French keyboard and UK keyboard. Now I am using my UK keyboard, but when I come back to my desk, I will swap to my French keyboard. And I can use my solution with both of them.
And I can do the change between every feed in this web version also.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and also if I want to use it in French, I can just change the language here to the French version. Okay?
Well, Ari here. I have no questions, but thank you.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, if there's no more questions just now, then I thank you very much for your time today. I know it was a lot of information, but I hope you got to see the solutions you asked for. And Moshmir, I will send you the technical requirements for the routine maintenance on the web version as well. And then, of course, I will reach out to you in the next days regarding any feedback and next steps from your side. If you do have any more questions, of course, feel free to send them over to me, and we're happy to answer them as soon as we can.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay.
Yeah? Fantastic, perfect. What I want to mention at the end of the session also, in mid of May next year, we have a user conference coming up again. No, it's actually going to be hosted in Milan, in Italy, from the 11th to the 14th of May, where we will be showing, of course, new solutions, but overall we will also have guest speakers to talk about the experiences with Prometheus Group, with implementations and with the solutions, and very much have a networking and exchange event to really learn from other users as well. And I would like to invite you, of course, to come there. I can send further information over to Moshmir as well to distribute along your colleagues as well. And then hopefully we will be able to see some of Stora Enso at the user conference.
Okay, just send information and I will distribute it with Stora Enso.
I will definitely do that. Absolutely. I do apologize that we slightly went over time, and I thank you very much for your time today, and hope you have a good lunch soon.
It's okay. Thank you very much for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
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 See you. Bye.